Hey Gunners! Welcome back to Gunners Update, your number one stop for every single thing happening around the red and white. This is where passion meets precision, where analysis meets excitement, and where the Arsenal family comes together to celebrate the highs, confront the lows, and always look ahead to what's next. I'm your host, bringing you a blockbuster double feature today, so sit tight and let's dive into everything making headlines in the Arsenal world right now. First up, we've got the September international break in full swing. Our Arsenal stars are scattered across the globe, lighting up World Cup qualifiers and friendlies. And while that's thrilling, it's also nerve-wracking because every minute they're out there is another chance of injury or fatigue. Fabrizio Romano has been buzzing with updates on who's impressing, who's carrying knocks, and how this all ties back to Mikel Arteta's master plan. We'll be breaking down Bukayo Saka's recovery timeline, William Saliba's knock, Kai Havertz's fitness issues, and Gabriel Jesus's latest status, alongside updates on Viktor Gyökeres firing in goals for Sweden, Declan Rice anchoring England's midfield, and Martin Odegaard trying to balance minutes with recovery as Norway's captain. These aren't just international games, these are direct dress rehearsals for our Premier League title push, with Nottingham Forest looming on September 13th. And trust me, the way these players return from break could define our momentum for the rest of the season. But that's only part one of the ride, because we're also pulling back the curtain on the man behind the empire, Stan Kroenke, whose staggering £8 billion NFL valuation with the Los Angeles Rams is shaping Arsenal's destiny. Forbes has ranked his sports empire at over £21 billion, and this financial muscle is what has powered Arsenal's incredible £267 million summer transfer window, fueling stadium expansion plans and supercharging our global ambitions. This isn't just about splashing cash, it's about building a long-term powerhouse that can stand toe-to-toe with the likes of Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, and Manchester City on and off the pitch. When you connect the dots, the pattern is clear. Kroenke is turning Arsenal into one of the most valuable brands in world sport, with investments not just in players like Emirates, Viktor Gyökeres, Noni Madueke, and Martin Zubimendi, but also in infrastructure and commercial growth that ensures this club's rise is sustainable. Critics used to say Kroenke was absent, detached, and focused only on profits, but with Josh Kroenke stepping into the spotlight, we're seeing a shift. One where Arsenal is being backed properly, one where Arteta's vision is being supported, and one where fans' protests from the European Super League fiasco have been turned into genuine progress. Now, let's zoom back into the pitch action, because Arsenal players are dominating headlines across international duty. England features Declan Rice, Emirates, and Noni Madueke carrying the creative torch, while Miles Lewis-Skelly continues his dream development with the senior team. Spain has David Raya, Martin Zubimendi, and Mikel Merino gearing up for crucial qualifiers that could shape their chemistry heading back to the Emirates. Jurriën Timber makes his Netherlands return from injury, eager to prove his resilience, while Sweden's Gyökeres is tasked with leading the line in Alexander Isak's absence, a huge chance to showcase why Arsenal dropped big money on him. Add Leandro Trossard for Belgium, Gabriel Magalhaes and Gabriel Martinelli for Brazil, Ricardo Calafiori for Italy, and even deadline day addition Piero Hincapié for Ecuador, and you've got Arsenal's DNA written across almost every continent right now. The balance is delicate though. Injuries could derail our early season, but smart rotation and carefully managed minutes might just mean our squad comes back sharper, hungrier, and more prepared for the grind of the Premier League and Champions League campaigns. And don't forget, while all this unfolds, the players staying behind at London Coney, like Saka, Saliba, Havertz, and Ben White, are working on recovery programs tailor-made to get them fit for Forest. That's smart squad management from Arteta, prioritizing the long game over short-term risks. To tie this all together, Arsenal's current trajectory feels like a perfect storm. International players gaining experience, injured stars being carefully reintegrated, Kroenke's financial empire backing the club like never before, and Arteta molding all these elements into a machine built for silverware. The stage is set, the pieces are in place, and the question is, can Arsenal turn all this momentum into trophies? That's where you come in, Gunners. Drop your predictions in the comments. Who's going to shine brightest after the international break? And do you believe Kroenke's billions are finally delivering the Arsenal renaissance we've been craving? Don't just watch, be part of the conversation. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications so you never miss a beat of our daily Arsenal breakdowns. This is Arsenal Daily Talk, where passion never sleeps, and where every update feels like a step closer to glory. So, let's keep the faith, stay united, and march together toward that Premier League title dream. The September international break is now in full swing, and Arsenal's global stars are scattered across every corner of the footballing map, representing their nations in high-stakes World Cup qualifiers and intense friendlies. But with every cheer of national pride comes that nervous worry for club supporters, because each passing minute our players log in international shirts is another test of stamina, fitness, and resilience as we prepare for the next phase of the Premier League season, starting with a crucial clash against Nottingham Forest on September 13th, which could set the tempo for our title challenge. With Arsenal sitting at 2 wins and 1 defeat after a summer transfer window that saw an eye-watering £267 million invested in talent, the stakes have never been higher, and this is why today's deep dive matters. The story of Arsenal right now is not just about what happens on the pitch. It is about the entire ecosystem of progress, financial power, squad building, and global ambition shaping the future of our club. Let's start with the international break headlines, because they are loaded with drama. Arsenal fans are keeping one eye on England, where Declan Rice, the midfield general, is once again the backbone of Gareth Southgate's squad. New signing Kroenke'S, fresh from Crystal Palace, is already showing flashes of brilliance in training sessions that remind everyone why he was a marquee addition for Arteta's system. Add Noni Madueke, the tricky winger who brings pace, flair, and unpredictability, alongside young academy jewel Miles Lewis-Skelly, who is living the dream by holding his place in the senior squad, and you have a blend of experience, youth, and energy that not only boosts England's chances but also shapes the chemistry that Arteta can harness when they return to the Emirates. Meanwhile, Bukayo Saka, Arsenal's talisman, sits out with injury, a painful reminder of how fragile fortunes can be and how vital his recovery will be for the coming weeks. And speaking of recoveries, William Saliba's knock, Kai Havertz's setback, and Gabriel Jesus's frustrating spell on the sidelines.